There are a million reasons anxiety can set down upon a person, and anxiety can yield a lot of different symptoms from depression to ADHD. My ADHD is worsened with depression and anxiety and less exercise because the anxiety is so strong that I find myself just sitting and self-medicating with videos, and so oftentimes just videos, which don't bring relief, but they provide a respite, a break. Oh, I'm going to get into Egyptian mythology, and the video goes off, and it's like my fucking life. So I'm not smoking. Uh, that should go. That I assume it will go. So and when many people will have, have what we call depression or whatever ailment that produces a bad feeling, a negative feeling, to the point of suicide, and people that just goes on, or if not suicide, resignation and just despair. There's also a range of coping. A lot of people have depression and manage to keep their jobs. I keep my job, and yet I'll still wonder, well, my friend who's more depressed than me, who seems to have it longer periods of time, and a more severe case, from where I sit, it looks that way. And I'm thinking of one now, and she's vocal. She'll get on Facebook and say what's going on, the truth, and how hard it can be. Really appreciate that she does that, because it's I'm not the only one or whatever. It also helps when you know the person, personally, that's suffering. You look over and you go, okay, well, I'm not alone, so in it. But yeah, there are many manifestations, and I'll notice that when I'm feeling good, and I've noticed this year it's correlated with the sun coming back out, and again, effort. I've made effort to keep my eyes on the prize, continue striving to do my best, being gratitude, having gratitude. I don't write in the morning. I may start, but each morning I'll sit down and think about what I'm thankful for. That's good advice, and I don't know if that makes the change. It's just all the efforts combined, or the sunshine, or both together. Also, a very challenging job. If I am not right, if I'm not feeling focused and somewhat energetic and present and somewhat positive, not like, oh, everything's rosy, but we're going to make progress today. I'm going to do my best, bring everything I got to it, and be mindful of not pushing too hard or too light, and right pace, and right preparation. Never as much as I want, but for me, there's two modes. Maybe there's three. I always do something. So we'll say one mode is preparing for a couple hours on Sunday, doing the minimum, but doing, preparing enough. And I say preparing, that's preparing the lesson. That's not another 2 hours of grading and finding the materials you need and fixing the printer. And, it's a lot. So the minimal day would be, the minimal weekend would be 6 hours. But if it's focused 6 hours, it's more like 8 hours of work, and sometimes it's 8 or 9 hours of work, and I feel good. That's the good. That's the other extreme. Oh, there is a minimum. I haven't seen one. It's been a while, but there are those tough weekends where I just do 2 hours, and because I'm anxiety and depression, I might sit at the fucking computer for 6, but do 2 because I wander off and focus is bad. But all boats rise with the rising tide, and they sink with the sinking tide. So Depression is anxiety. Depression is more ADHD. All those symptoms: foggy-minded, tired, listless, unmotivated. If you want to stay in that zone, it's if you want. You say, why would I want to stay in it? But I think sometimes I do. Just sink into it. It's not a death wish per se, but it's like I don't want to deal with the drama of life. I don't want to force my brain to fucking move numbers around and wrestle with the computer to make a form. Then I'll be like, oh, the education system's all messed up. If I could do it my way, yeah, and there's truth in that, but you got to do it the way that it's being done. It execute, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. I mean, yeah, I need to perform within. If I don't perform within the expectations of the system to some fucking degree, and moreover, if I want to have a good time, I prepare a good time. I know what I'm doing. I don't have to work or wonder. You can't sit and scratch your head with 26 kids in the room. Then they start getting noisy and distracted, and then I'm triggered. I'm not going to be creative and awesome then. So I need a plan. You don't need a plan for sitting around. Part of my fantasy is, yeah, no job, work out, right, do some remodeling, have a nice, it's like Shangri-La. I want that. And I think about, well, if I can retire early and be poor and just be able to have all that free time, and I do want it. But I'm doing one more year. And the point is, and we'll go back to it, feeling guilty and I've wasted so much time, all the negative thinking with depression just keeps you in that place. Maybe we're afraid to step into our full selves. It's no good. So don't beat yourself up, no matter how old or how many years you've wasted looking back. You gotta look forward, and no pressure either. Just no pressure. Pressure doesn't help me. I put it on myself too much. Instead, like Alan Watts said, taking a walk would probably help. If I take one every day, I know it's cumulative, and one walk doesn't always help. I take a walk and I feel bad, and it's like, well, that didn't work. Fuck. But taking a walk every day, not every day either. I mean, if I walk around a lot and work late at school and cook like I just did, I may not take a walk tonight, but otherwise, yes. And tomorrow I'm set up to do a gym. So, is this it? Am I here? Am I awake? Am I going to do right actions and push that word? Am I going to seek? Am I going to commit to doing the right thing? That's really simple when it boils down to that. What's the right thing to do today? And I might not have ever done the wrong thing. Maybe it was right to stop exercising. I'm going to entertain that it was right. I was depressed and anxious, and when I'm really feeling bad and I force myself, I fucking run my toe into something. I mean, in my story that I write for myself, sometimes I tell myself I do need to just sit. If it was right or wrong to waste a lot of time watching videos or in addictions, video games, or whatever addictions anyone's had, or anything else I've done that I might not be mentioning, to avoid or flee or comfort, whatever, to placate, to soothe. People reach for that bottle. They need the relief. They want the relief. They need it and they want it. There's probably better ways, but that's the way they see. They don't see another way. They do it. It doesn't work. Then they've got to find another way. If they drink themselves to death, is that wrong? I don't even know. I don't want to judge. It's too much. It's stressful, but you can judge, but you got to breathe like I just did. Got to watch out for the stress. Just relax. You can contemplate anything. It's okay. We have faith. So yeah, do what you're guided to do. Don't beat yourself up. Yeah. And yeah, I'm hopeful that I'm in a new state and I'm going to stay on top. But in the past, I don't. If another rounds of clouds come, who am I to say they don't need to come? They're not supposed to come. I need to learn something from it. I can't say that. I'm going to seek to stay on top. I don't mind the clouds. I just hope that I don't spiral into anxiety and depression and fear when they stick around longer than I'd like. Love you. Hope this helps. Peace.